Look around, look around. There's a whole lot of shaking going on, going on. There's a whole lot of shaking going on, going on. Except the Lord build a house, they that labors in vain. There's a whole lot of shaking going on, going on. Let me say it again. There's a whole lot of shaking going on, going on. There's a whole lot of shaking going on, going on. It's that the Lord keeps the city. The watchman waketh in
Whatever
vain.
their religion was. Because they the one who brought religion over him. We were spiritual people. We didn't have to have something to do. We had something to do with the name. We just called we looked at the earth as the mother and the sun as the father. And we were spiritual people. We was peaceful people. And then they came over here just giving us names. They didn't ask us like today, they call us Indians. Like when they got here, we ran up to them and said, "Hey, how y'all doing? We the Indians." You know what I'm saying? You know, like we ran up to them and told them, "Hey, how y'all doing? We Negroes." You know, we didn't really have no word for that because we pretty much got along in peace. And when the European came, a lot of our warriors was over on the West Coast. Because they were fighting the people from China and India that were coming in on the West Coast. Because the West Coast is really older than the East Coast. I'm telling you to let it alone. Especially as far as Indian affairs go. The West Coast is a whole lot more older. They just hide this history. Even in the Lewis and Clark journals, they talk about how the dark-skinned Indian was fighting the red Indian. And see, the red Indian today, it would be like the Mongoloid-looking tribes. And that really, the whole story, if you get into the historical content of it, or the Book of Mormon. Gerard got that book around here somewhere. He done read it about 2 times. It's a kind of another version of the Bible in a way, but it's dealing with the folks who were here called Jerites. Before the so-called Hebrew got here, that's the story of the Cherokee coming in. See, that's the story of the Cherokee. And it's funny how the Book of the Mormon said, now, the Lamanites became the principal ancestors of the Native Americans. But then it said the Amorite were curved black. Ammonite, something like that. They were curved black for disobedience. So if they were the chief ancestors of the Native American and they were black, well, that made the Native American. That made the Native American black, don't it? See, when you start putting them puzzles together, and when you start reading what they call religious or scarce books, when you start reading them as far as the historical content, see, we got to get out of that false spirituality shit that they done gave us and get into the historical content. So the Book of the Mormon, more man. Here, y'all know you hear it, more man. The Book of the more man. They're talking about the Cherokee, they were the peaceful. We got along good with the Cherokee until they other brothers and sisters started coming over here. Then they started turning against us. And they started fighting with the English. And they started fighting with them other Moors that were coming in from Morocco under the George Washington. But prior to the 1700s, the Cherokees were fighting along with us. Until then, their brothers came in and showed them how they could make more money and trade. And then they felt trading with us. But we get back to the Seminole part. So the Seminole really became another confederation of the Muscogee tribe. Muscogee tribe or Creek Confederation. It became another confederation because we had a lot of people going down into Florida and what they were terming as the Spanish territory. But we had to whoop the Spanish ass. So we had no problem with the Spanish. The Spanish slowly went on and assimilated in with us. And they didn't have we stopped having trouble with them. And then our brothers and sisters that they call Chickasaw and Choctaw and the rest of them, they whooped the French ass. See, so when you look at war like the French and Indian War, the Spanish and Indian War, then the Seminole Wars, the Gullah Wars, the Yamassee Wars, the Oconee Wars. Y'all don't even know nothing about the Oconee Wars, did y'all? All this is just one big war, continual warfare. We were just fighting on all sides. We were fighting the French, the English, and the English and the French at first. But the English was able to build a confederation against a foreigner that were coming, because they were fighting one by one. So we were fighting the Spanish, we were tearing their ass up. We were fighting the French, we were tearing their ass up. The English kind of gave us a little problem. And the only reason the English gave us any trouble is because their brothers, the Seminoles, helped them out. Because the Seminoles, not the Seminoles, they brothers, the Cherokee. The Cherokee helped them out. The Cherokee were Moors. But we didn't see ourselves as no more. We were just peaceful people. We were the Gentiles. We was gentle people. And see, we were tearing the English ass up too. But their brothers, the English, felt sorry for them and started helping them. And the Cherokee, they liked the idea of slaves because they seen their brother had slaves. So they started buying slaves. And then we had no problem with the Cherokee until they started having slaves. And then the Cherokee started helping the English trying to enslave us. But what would happen if they take one of us and make other slaves? We always start what they call a slave uprising, like the Stony Rebellion. They had them took some Yamassee and tried to make slaves out of them. And the Yamassee got them Moors that they had them slaves up in the uproar and about to tear them niggas ass, tear them crackers and niggas and shine without tear their ass up, whatever name you want to put on them. We're about to tear their ass up. So then they see they couldn't really enslave us. And so, and then whenever they let us in, we always start slave rebellion. And now, Do-Right finna drop something. Do-Right finna drop something on you so damn heavy. Go back and look at the movie Root. You can find it on YouTube in 10-part session. Look at the movie Root. And look how when so-called Kunta Kinte was brought in, and they call him a Mandingo warrior, but they don't tell you it was a Mandi, what they call a Mandi tribe here. Out around the Louisiana area, right back over in that area. He probably was captured by the French and sold to the damn English. Because that's what they were doing. They were kidnapping our people, and then they'll sail around the Horn of Florida, come up on the other side, and sail you over here to the English. And then you might have spoke the same language, but you had a different dialect of it. Because they're trying to make you think that Muscogee language and the Hitachi language were two different languages, which is not so. They had some words that were different, but the core word of it was the same. And whenever we did formal stuff, like treaties among one another, we always use the Moscovian language. Just like today over here, you got people that French American, English American, German American, but English is the intellectual language. So when you're dealing with business, you deal with the English. So they go out in the street and they talk the English. But then when they went back among their own people, they'll talk the French. In the same way the Indian people do. They come in their store, we in their store, you in their store, they talking that hing shouting, sing on that sing ling ain't shit to themselves. But they talking English to you. And that's how we was. The Oconee Indian was to say the Hitachi stop. And we were the head tribe. The Oconee Indian was the head tribe of what is known as the Hitachi dialect of people. And then you had the Muskogee tribe of people. And there was another language in there, another group of people in there. That's why they called us, they said the Muskogee was multi-ethnic. They ain't talking about ethnic as far as different European and white folk and did that another. We were multi-ethnic because we spoke different languages, but all the folk, the chief tribe, and all of these things were Negro, what we know today as Negro people, or African Americans, or colored folk, or spooks and shine and swamp monkeys, Sambos and Zambos. But it was the Negro. They even when they said, think of what Andrew Jackson said about the Seminole War. He said, this is truly a Negro war. And the Negro were tearing their ass up. And so then what they started doing, when they couldn't defeat the warriors, they started attacking the villages with one number of women and children in and slaughtering our women and children and then going back telling them like they won a big battle. So that's how coward these folks is. That's how coward these folks is. Look how coward the police is. They got to call out the whole squad for 2 niggas with guns. See what I'm saying? That's how they were. They were cowardly people. They were Sonokers. They were cowards. That's what they were. They still cowards today. And the coward can't hide himself no more. Because the Great Spirit, the God, the Allah, and the Buddha, come on somebody, raising up men and women who ain't scared, who gonna bring that real topic, and they don't care you like it, or whether you don't like it, we're gonna give it to you, we're gonna give it to you, and we're gonna give you some more of it. But anyhow, now, so the Seminoles really became like another confederation of our people. And then they started calling all the people that was in the Floridas Seminoles. Now, as things started lightening up after the different wars, then, like Do-Right Fine and his family, one of my granddaddy came, one of my great-granddaddy, I think he's my third great-granddaddy on my daddy's side. That's where I get the name Holt from. Now, I still don't know, I ain't been able to get back and find out, did he come here from England? I know the Holts came here from England. I mean, the Holts came here, and they were Scottish and Irish people. That means they were like what we call today light, bright, and damn near white people. Some of them were dark-skinned. But they weren't Moors. Because the Moors try to make you think that everything that dark-skinned came out of Europe was Moors. That's just not so. It was dark-skinned folks in Europe before the Moors went over in there. The Moors just used the majority number, which was what we call the Caucasian, and breed it with so they could try to turn themselves white and rule the people. Because that's all the Moors ever been by. Most of them. It's a good, that's why I know what Ali talked about the good Moor and the dirty Moor. You got some dirty Moors out there. You see, the good Moor were the Cherokee. The dirty Moor were the Moor that came after them who wanted to slay everybody. They brought a lot of their own brothers and sisters over here. They would go into Africa and track down other moles and sell them. Especially those who took on the Islam as their state religion. They don't know who took on the Islam. If you were anything else, they'll enslave you and sell your ass. Because they were trying to spread Islam. And just like Christianity was spread by the sword, the modern day Christianity, the modern day Islam will also spread by the sword. All you got to do is look into Africa today. The Muslims over there killing off the Christians, burning them alive and shit. So it just is what it is. But everything that was in Europe wasn't what we call Caucasian. The Caucasian come from what is called the Caucasus Mountain. That ain't got nothing to do with the rest of damn Europe. That's just one little spot between the Caspian and the Black Sea. But the rest of those people up in there were dark-skinned people. Before the mole went up in there. And then they want to try to tell you that our life started in Africa. That's just not so. Not unless the whole damn every landmass on the face of the world, Africa is a new word at that. The word Africa probably ain't no more about 600-700 years old. That was not the name, that peninsula, because ain't no continent, that peninsula been called a whole bunch of things. And at one time they tell you that all the landmass was one. Well, that whole landmass called Africa, Elijah Muhammad said was called Asia. That's why he call you the Asiatic black man. Well, when the land started splitting apart, then, if we was on this part of in America, did that still make me an African? And they want no African? So how do people over here get to be African because they dark skinned? And the word Africa wasn't even around when the land split apart. Something to think about, ain't it? See, because you got some folk who know they African or Moors in their family. And they want to keep you looking back over across the damn water. They're the one who hate Barack Obama the most. Because they thought he was one of them. And then he went over there and started taking out. Now he got the army over there tearing up everywhere they might think they might ruin. Malachi York tried to tell them they were going to destroy everywhere they might ruin. And the bed getting too narrow and the cover too short now. That what the book of the freak said. God is making the bed too narrow and the cover too short. And you can't hide yourself no more, black devil. We see you. See you just a bright and clear. Why you trying to make her look at the white man as being the devil? But most of the hell that I done called ain't been for no black man. It been for somebody look just like me. I ain't never had no damn black man to call me. I ain't never had no white man to call me no nigga. The white policeman pulled me over and they called me sir. The black policeman pulled me over, they want to call me boy. So go figure. So which one of them is the devil for me?
Look around.
See why they got us looking across the water for home. Most of us at home. It ain't about 3 million more of him, so they been killing them all.
Going on. There's a hole.